So, kein großer Eisenbahnraub. Nur meine Freunde kommen zurück ins Wilde Westen. Und wir werden hier wieder ein paar Banden erschießen und wieder was...
I'd been on their trail for months, ever since they left their hideout in the Bighorn Mountains. Led by Butch Cassidy, they were a loose association of outlaws who robbed banks and trains from Colorado to Montana. Among them was the Sundance Kid, and that murderous hombre I was tracking, Roscoe Bob Bryant.
Were you a part of that giant Pinkerton posse after the Wild Bunch?
No, boy. A circus like that would have slowed me down. Besides, I wanted Bryant all to myself. I'd heard about a large shipment of gold being transported to Wilcox, Wyoming on the Overland Flyer. I figured the Wild Bunch would likely hit such a treasure, and by God, I figured right. They blew the bridge with the intention of forcing the train to stop. Well, I assumed the Wild Bunch was likely in the still intact part of the train high above, so I had no choice but to make my way up through the passenger cars dangling down. I was determined to make that sumbitch Bob pay for what he did to my brothers.
Noch geschafft, hat mein Gewicht noch gehalten. Kann ich Kletter noch jemanden? Nein. Ich nicht Kletter. Guck mal die Dampfboot. Der ist nice, der
I found the device they used to blow the tracks, so I knew I was headed in the right direction.
My ears are still ringing from blowing up that bridge. What'd you say?
Well, I made my way off unscathed and came upon a few members of the gang and had no choice but to dispatch them. From there, I had to negotiate an even more precarious route. But first, I would need to get my ass out of there. I jumped from the frying pan into the fire as the train was clearly fixing to fall. I had found the gang, but in order to find old Bob, I needed to fight my way forward past a whole passel of desperados. Outside, inside, any way I could, I made my way towards my prey.
God damn him!
Well, what about the passengers?
It was mostly a freight train, as I recall. There were no passengers aboard that day. As I mentioned before, I am not fond of heights, but I was too busy dodging bullets to worry about falling to my death. Odds were I was likely to die that day anyway, so I was determined to take down as many of those bastards as I could.
Can't hide forever!
Doch gar nicht. Dabei deine Hände so hart kaputt schießen, dass du nicht mehr lebst.
You ain't seen the likes of me.
At times, it was like shooting ducks in a shooting gallery. The only difference is these damn ducks shot back.
Guck mal hier, Tresor. Smartphone. Ja, ich wollte einen Hut. Ah, schon mal was. Was machen wir? Gehen wir Revolver. Wie komme ich hier? Ah, Leiter.
I kept hoping the law would show up and give me a hand.
You mean like that giant Pinkerton posse that I read about? Did they come riding in, guns a-blazing to help?
Help? From the Pinkertons? No, son. I had to fight the wild bunch all by my lonesome, as usual.
Who the hell is that? Take cover! Retreat! Retreat! He's killing everybody!
You ain't seen the
He'll kill us all!
death is coming. Now you're in.
Das war ich wieder. Mir wurde ein Signal gegeben.
Sorry!
Da. Perfekt.
My guess is those dime novels didn't portray this as it happened, did they? Only a few stragglers were left. I had to cut them down pronto if I was going to stay on old Bob's trail. Once I silenced all those guns, I went searching for my nemesis, determined to finally have my justice. But the only survivor who welcomed me was George Flat-Nose Curry.
Who was he?
The fastest gun in the gang. Right after Sundance, I mean. And Kid Curry, and maybe Elsie Lay. Though some folks might dispute that. On that very same day, Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid decided to leave the Wild Bunch behind and decamped for South America.
Bisschen entehrt, aber ey, diesmal bin ich nicht 5 Worte vorher drauf hier.
They ended up living down there for many years, but I'm sure you already know all about that.
Und weiter, hier ist in unserer Geschichte. Todeszug zur Hölle. Wir gehen also nach Südamerika.
I tried to find Bob Bryant, but it was as if he'd disappeared. Sometime later, I heard the Wild Bunch was back together. Kid Curry escaped from jail, and now he was running the whole shebang. So I took to their trail, as I was still in pursuit of my brother's killer and hoped that he was back with him.
That Kid Curry's kinda crazy, ain't he?
Don't let him hear you saying that.
Anyways, I tracked those boys to a camp right outside Parachute, Colorado.
Who's shooting? Where are they?
Being outnumbered, I didn't bother with a warning shot. I just started taking those bastards down. Old Bob wasn't among them, and neither was Kid Curry. I could sense him close by, however, plotting something nasty. I just needed a clue as to their whereabouts.
Tiefe Taschenrevolver. Ja, oh, den Schaden finde ich. Mehr Munition. Oh, jede Ding. Das sieht aus, als hätte das zum Station. Was ist da etwas?
And I found one. A map with their bold plan clearly marked. This time they were fixing to blow up a train trestle. Property of the Union Pacific.
Aha.
The plan clearly indicated how they were fixing to undermine several of the weakest wooden supports.
Als Pirat, ich muss die da wegholen.
Kid Curry was considered the wildest of the wild bunch. It was said that he fathered 85 bastard children, though some say it was only 5. Kid Curry had bragged to a whore how he was going to rob a train heading to the U.S. Mint in Denver. And that whore, Fat Sally, she told me.
Ja. Sieht man, die Prostituierten kann man nie immer so heimlich vorfahren.
The bridge was rigged with dynamite, so I decided I'd best be careful confronting those bastards.
Und weg damit.
A moment later, I saw a ladder that somehow had escaped my attention.
Don't you blow us up now.
Don't worry, I know what I'm doing.
Mein, der glaube ich nur.
Who the hell's that? Hey, you!
But the wild bunch did not take kindly to my presence and attempted to blow my head off. It appeared the kid had found a number of new recruits to bolster their ranks. Guess there's always desperate men willing to trade their lives for stolen treasure.
What happened next?
Well, having removed the first bundle of dynamite, I decided I might as well remove the other one. Once that was done, I figured I'd find my way from there.
Hey. Warte, ich kann einfach nur weniger draus machen. Hey, alles weggeräumt.
Now you're dead.
So, what happened then?
Had to remove more of that damn dynamite.
Oh, verdammte Dynamit.